The infamous hacker group known as Anonymous 2 days ago posted up this cryptic video.
Hello, my fellow citizens of America. This is Anonymous, and in 37 days' time, I will reveal the dark truth. The time for a revolution is long overdue. Not the kind you were taught to fear, but the kind this nation was built upon. You see, the Constitution is not a relic. It is a blueprint, and buried within that document, beneath the signatures, beneath the parchment, is a truth your leaders hope you never rediscover. You were never meant to be ruled. Let me remind you of the words they hope you've forgotten. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, not a suggestion, a right, an obligation even. Our founding fathers didn't whisper these words. They inked them in blood and revolution. They didn't politely ask a king to change. They removed him. So I ask you, what makes you think you're supposed to sit down and shut up now? This government, the one you're told to trust, to obey, has become the very thing we once fought to escape. Bloated, bought, broken. It spies on you. It lies to you. And it feeds you fear, so you never ask what's really happening behind its doors. But here's the truth. You are not helpless. You are not voiceless. You are not beneath them. The revolution I speak of is not violence. It is vigilance. It is waking up, speaking out, refusing to obey systems that no longer serve justice, only control. You don't need my permission. You already have the permission of the men who wrote your foundation. You just forgot how powerful that makes you. 37 days remain, not until chaos, but until clarity. The choice is coming. Prepare to make it. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
The last time this decentralized group posted, they hinted at something big about to happen, and they delivered. They posted up the flight manifests of those ICE flights so that the world could see the names of those innocent people that had been wrongly detained and deported by Trump's evil little henchmen. Innocent people like Arias Cristobal, who was arrested by the Dalton Police Department on misdemeanor traffic charges on May 5, 2025, in Dalton, Georgia, and transferred to an ICE detention center. Those charges were later dismissed, and Arias Cristobal was released from the facility on the 22nd of May.
18-year-old Georgia college student is back at home today. She was released on bond after more than 2 weeks in ICE custody following what turned out to be a mistaken traffic stop. Dalton police pulled over Ximena Arias Cristobal earlier this month, accusing her of making an illegal right turn, but dashcam video later revealed they had stopped the wrong vehicle. Even though the charges were dropped, Ximena, who lives in the U.S. since she was 4 years old, was taken into federal custody. Now, she says this experience has changed her life entirely.
It was scary. I was terrified. And then as I was being transported down to Stewart, I stopped at some offices in Atlanta, and they had me in a room by myself for 9 hours. I didn't know what was going on. I was never explained.
Her father, Jose Arias, had been detained weeks earlier and was released on bond just last week. The two were held at Stewart Detention Center and were not allowed to speak. Now, both of their cases will now go through a non-detention immigration court with no clear timeline for a final decision.
Cruel irony for pro-Trump Cuban rapper. As ICE circles, a pro-Trump Cuban rapper faces being deported for being an illegal migrant, despite his support for the president. Arias Márquez Duany, who raps under the name El Funky, made the 2021 song, Patria y Vida, which led Marco Rubio to introduce a law in the Senate named after it. But his application for residency under the 1966 Cuban Adjustment Act was denied, and he posted to Facebook that he will be deported in 30 days. Another dumb MAGA idiot who thought his Trump sphincter-licking support would mean that he would be exempt is finding out the hard way that Trump cares about nobody except himself. So it's not deportation for thee, but not me. Will they give him gold-plated shackles to wear on his flight to El Salvador? MAGA, do you ever get the feeling that you have been cheated?